Far beyond the dimming warmth of the sun, where sunlight fades into a faint memory, a small spacecraft continues its endless journey into the dark. Launched in 1977 by NASA, Voyager 1 was never meant to travel this far. It was designed to explore nearby planets, send back a few years of data, and then quietly fall silent. Instead, it became the most distant human-made object in history, drifting through a region no spacecraft had ever reached before. By modern standards, Voyager 1 is incredibly simple. Its computer memory is smaller than that of a digital watch. Its instruments were built in an era before the internet, before smartphones, before humanity fully understood how rapidly technology would evolve. Yet decades later, long after its original mission ended, it continues to send signals across billions of miles of space. Today, Voyager 1 travels through a darkness so vast that even the nearest stars appear as distant points of light. There are no planets to pass, no familiar constellations to guide its path. Only the endless stretch of interstellar space lies ahead. For years, scientists imagined this region as silent and empty, a quiet void separating the stars. But Voyager's journey has revealed something very different. At one point, it seemed the spacecraft's story had finally reached its end. Signals arriving on Earth became weak and distorted. Clear streams of data turned into noise. Engineers watched anxiously as communication faltered, fearing that the spacecraft had finally succumbed to age and radiation. Commands still traveled outward, taking nearly a full day to reach the probe, but the responses coming back were incomplete and confusing. It felt like the final goodbye. Then, unexpectedly, a faint signal returned. At first it looked like random interference, scattered and broken. But careful analysis revealed something extraordinary hidden within the noise: structure. The spacecraft was still communicating. After months of delicate troubleshooting, engineers managed to revive failing systems by activating backup hardware that had not been used for decades. Slowly, Voyager 1 began speaking clearly again. And what it said changed how we see the universe. Beyond the protective bubble of the solar system lies the interstellar medium, the vast space between stars. For generations, scientists believed this region was nearly empty. Voyager 1 proved otherwise. Instead of silence, its instruments detected a constant background vibration created by charged particles moving through magnetic fields. It wasn't sound in the human sense, but it was a steady cosmic hum, a subtle resonance filling the darkness. This discovery revealed that space is not truly silent. Even in the deepest darkness, particles and energy are in motion. As Voyager continued forward, it encountered sudden spikes in plasma density, bursts of activity moving through interstellar space. Scientists believe these spikes are shockwaves from ancient supernovas. Stars that exploded millions of years ago are still sending ripples outward across the galaxy, and Voyager is detecting those ripples in real time. The spacecraft is, in a sense, listening to echoes of long-dead stars. Even the magnetic environment proved more complex than expected. Voyager crossed invisible boundaries where magnetic fields suddenly changed direction and intensity. These transitions were not gradual. They were sharp and distinct, like stepping across unseen borders in a vast cosmic ocean. Each region had its own characteristics, its own identity. This led scientists to a surprising realization: interstellar space has weather. Just as Earth experiences winds and storms, the galaxy experiences shifting plasma flows, magnetic turbulence, and radiation bursts that travel across enormous distances. Voyager 1 is moving through this dynamic environment, measuring its changes and sending the information home. What was once imagined as a calm void is now understood as a constantly changing system shaped by distant stars and ancient explosions. Perhaps the most remarkable part of this story is that Voyager 1 was never designed for this mission. It was built to explore planets, not the space between stars. Yet through endurance, ingenuity, and a bit of luck, it became humanity's first interstellar messenger. Every signal it sends today is incredibly fragile. Radio waves carrying its data travel for nearly a full day before reaching Earth. By the time they arrive, the signal is weaker than the background noise of space itself. And still, it is enough. Enough to remind us that the solar system is not an isolated island. It is part of a vast, connected galaxy where particles, radiation, and magnetic fields interact across unimaginable distances. Voyager 1 has shown us that the boundary of our Sun's influence is not the edge of exploration. It is only the beginning. Now, as the spacecraft's power slowly fades, its mission enters its final chapter. One by one, its instruments will shut down. Eventually, the probe will fall silent forever. But even after its last transmission, Voyager 1 will continue drifting through the Milky Way for millions of years, carrying a small golden record that tells the story of a distant world. And somewhere in the darkness ahead, it will keep moving, a quiet reminder that humanity once looked up at the night sky and decided to reach beyond it.